2 weeks is kind of too far out. We don't know what the weather's going to be like here, but just as important, the Iowa State Fair is going on, and you got what we need to know for the next few days.
Yeah, which includes still some more rain. I mean, I guess the good news is it'll be mostly overnight, which is when folks aren't going to be trying to be out and about. The bad news is most people are going to be sleeping. We want you to be paying attention to the weather here tonight. Right now, fairly quiet as we look from downtown Des Moines eastward towards the fairgrounds. You can see the lights there off in the distance. Here's what we're looking at through the rest of tonight, tomorrow, and into tomorrow night. Main concern is tonight with the storms that'll be firing up and moving across the state into tomorrow morning, with the risk of some flash flooding in a few spots that get those repeated heavy downpours that are possible, and we might see one or two, maybe a few more, a handful of scattered severe wind gusts. Can't rule those out either. Some folks already saw that earlier today in parts of northern and western Iowa. Tomorrow during the day, actually a lot of the day looks to be dry. Storms will end in the morning hours of your Sunday, and then a change to the forecast from the previous days is tomorrow night looks drier. There's still some indications that rain's possible, but it looks more and more likely now that a lot of the heaviest rain will end up down in Missouri instead of in Iowa. But just in case, the flood watch is still out, not only for tomorrow night, but mainly for tonight in those green areas across much of central, actually now southwest Iowa and into eastern Iowa here too. This is the latest modeling. Again, as we talked about earlier this evening, the exact locations of the heaviest rain is going to fluctuate. We're not going to know that until these storms actually form, which is a few hours out. But a lot of us are going to see 1, 2, or 3 inches. There's going to be some isolated amounts shown here where you see some of those hotter red colors to orange, maybe some 4, 5, or 6 inch amounts. Not everyone, but a few spots, there's some potential, and that's why we want you to be paying attention, especially if you're in a low-lying spot, flood-prone area. Not much action tonight. We showed you earlier just that little smattering of some showers across western Iowa at this hour. Farther west over south-central Nebraska, there's some meaner-looking storms. Now, we're going to see more development kind of in the vicinity of this front that's sort of angling now to more of the south and east. It's going to overnight across central Iowa, and flowing up in that direction is some moisture a few thousand feet off the ground. That's going to hit this front, go up, form storms, and then the storms are going to move along that front again and again, and that's why we have that risk of heavy rainfall from folks that get downpour after downpour here tonight. So watch as we go hour by hour. You notice over the next 2 or 3 hours, we start to blossom up some storms kind of along where that front's going to be. Those shift off to the east into the wee hours of tomorrow morning, where we get a few of these, kind of segments of storms that are a little bit more meaner and organized. That's where you could have some isolated stronger wind gusts overnight as well. And then by the time we get past daybreak tomorrow, so we're headed towards 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow, most of the heavy rain, any severe threat is probably done. We'll be getting rid of most of the rainfall here as we head through the morning hours. And then, like I mentioned, most of the actual daytime, especially by midday into the afternoon of your Sunday, looks drier, decent amount of sunshine. We'll head back up to 80s. There's indications in the data tomorrow evening of sort of a secondary boundary that tries to pop up maybe some isolated rainfall activity into Monday evening. But the real widespread heavy rain that we were worried about maybe a couple of days ago happening again late tomorrow night into Monday, that looks more likely to get shoved down to the south into Missouri with the big main front I showed you. There is still the possibility Monday during the day that we could have some more showers across southern and southeastern Iowa. So mainly the heavy rain late tonight. Tomorrow looks drier. Tomorrow night looks drier than it did too, which is good. But Monday, there still might be some rain. Again, not for the entire state of Iowa. An isolated shower still possible Tuesday. Once we hit middle of next week, this kind of active pattern that we've entered, that goes away. We change the flow up high in the atmosphere so we get drier, and our temperatures, they'll start to nudge up too, closer to 90 by next weekend.